So let me show you how I bag up my tomato plants after the growing season is over. Okay, so this is my dead tomato plant, and I'm gonna go ahead and bag it up. The first thing that I like to do is take the cage off. So I'm looking down here at the bottom to see where my stakes are that are holding the cage in place, and I've got one here. Let me get it. Okay, there's one stake out. And there's another one. Good. Okay. So when you pull up the tomato plant, one thing to me that is so interesting is how little roots are actually on these things to support so much above ground growth. You can see this tomato plant was like 3 feet tall, and look at the root system. I mean, there's not much there. So this is why our plants take such intense cultivation to make them actually produce as much tomatoes as they do, because the root system is really tiny compared to the top growth. It kind of reminds me of those guys you see at the gym that have like really big muscles on top, but yet they have these little tiny skinny legs. So anyway, just an aside. Okay, so when you're trying to pull the plant out of the cage, what happens is that these branches that have grown through the cage over the summer now prevent you from pulling that plant out of the cage. So I just get my pruners and clip off any branches that are sticking out right at the perimeter of the cage, and this will really help. Okay, so now you can see I've cut off all the branches that were preventing the plant from being pulled out. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the whole cage upside down, and hopefully, if all goes well, just pull that baby right on out. Now, keep in mind, this is really a lot easier to do if you're doing this while the plant is still green and a little bit flexible. If you wait until the whole entire thing is brown, oh my gosh, it is a nightmare to get in the bag. So, yeah, do it like soon after the plant has been frosted, and it'll make your life a lot easier. Okay, now the next step is to get it into the bag. So now what I like to do to get it in the bag is to fold up as much as I can into a small volume so that I can get it into the bag. So you can see that big old plant is now pretty small. Okay, so now you can see I've been able to get the tomato in the bag, the plant itself, and now I just have this debris around here to clean up. And so you can see how these little bits of leaves get into the soil. Now, it's not necessary to get every little last thing, but the more leaves that you can get, the better, and any, damaged fruit that are not good anymore can go in. Now, the cool thing is that sometimes you'll come across some green tomatoes that are actually pretty good. So you can bring these inside if they're still firm. This one is pretty hard. And you can put that in your house, and it will go ahead and ripen and produce like a moderate quality tomato for you. It could be better than something you buy at the grocery store this time of year. So these may be worth saving. What I find is that most of the ones that are ripe are really squishy. See that? Ugh. And that's not really worth eating at this point. Plus, because we've had some cool nights, the flavor is really off. So I do not salvage the red ones, but the green ones can be pretty good finds. So this is what my garden bed looks like when I'm done. Now you can see that this is the hole where the tomato plant was, barely even noticeable. And what I've tried to do is pick up any branches, definitely that big. Those go in the bag over here. But also what I like to do is see if I can find any reasonably sized bits of tomato leaves that can go in the bag. So, yeah, over here, this is starting to get a little bit small, and you can see there's broken leaves right here, and I'm not going to worry about those. But in general, cleaning up most of the debris is definitely a good thing to do. So we will say thank you so much, wonderful tomato plant, for giving us all this wonderful fruit throughout the summer, and we wish you well.